Newcastle United. Oh, baby. Oh. The first time was so nice. I had to do it twice. Bro. 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 Victor Munoz. Bienvenido. Hermano. Welcome to Liverpool. Welcome to the biggest club in England, my friend. Newcastle United, bro. Newcastle United. What else can I even say? What else can I even say? We have signed Victor Munoz from Osasuna, activating his £35 million, €40 million release clause. It's a here we go. He's gonna sign for us. Fabrizio has confirmed it. Obviously, as you can see here, it's been confirmed. We're obviously still gonna look for Diomande because I've seen a lot of people are concerned about the fact that we might not go for Yan Diomande because of the fact that we've signed this player. But Munoz, from what I've seen, obviously I need to watch more of him. I need to watch his highlights. I need to watch full games of him in order to get a gauge for whether he's more of a direct 1v1 winger like a Doku, or if he's more of a playmaking winger like an Elise, if he's got running in behind ability like a Bradley Barcola, etc., etc. But this is an Anthony Iraola target from what I'm hearing, because apparently Iraola was looking at him when he was at Bournemouth. So this is obviously an Iraola signing. He's Spanish, so obviously he's gonna get on well with Iraola. And honestly speaking, it's a good signing. Like, obviously, like I said, I need to watch him. I need to see him play in order to really determine whether he'll be good for us in the long term on the wings alongside Rio, alongside Diomande, alongside players that we will sign in that position. But he gives us squad depth. He gives us squad depth. Obviously, with Ekatike being injured, he can play across the front line. He primarily plays on the left wing from what I've seen, but he can also play on the right. So I don't think he's going to replace Chiesa. If Chiesa is to leave, I think we'll still sign two more right wingers. But potentially, he could be that Chiesa replacement if we sign Yan Diomande as well, especially if Cody Gakpo stays. But I do think if we do keep Chiesa, I think we'll sign one more attacker, which will be Diomande, and then obviously you'll obviously have Munoz and Ingomoa competing for the starting spot on the wings. That's what I think is going to be the plan. The starting spot on the left wing, and then obviously Diomande and Chiesa or another signing will probably be the starting player on the right. And I do think we'll still sign at least one more winger after this. I think we could even sign two more wingers after this. Obviously, we do need to sign a centre back. We do need to sign a right back as well. But like I said, he gives us versatility. He's 23 years old, Spanish international. He got called up to the Spanish national team. So obviously, this is somebody that is capable of playing at the highest level. He's capable. He's got the potential. Clearly, managers in Spain see something in him if he's getting called up at 22 years old. Especially with the amount of talent there is in Spain on the wings in the attack. The fact that he's getting called up, especially when he's playing for Osasuna, it's a very good thing. It's a very, very good sign. But like I said, obviously I have to really watch him play in order to get a gauge for what kind of play he is, whether he's going to be world class like a Mane, like at that level, or he's going to be more of if he's going to be a key cog in the machine, that type of signing. But obviously we've gotten the deal over the line. We've met the release clause. Fabrizio also said it as well. We've agreed personal terms until 2032, according to what the Sun is saying here. And like I said, very very quick out of nowhere. Like I think it's even more shocking because it's out of nowhere. Like it's out of nowhere. Like I was not expecting it. I don't think any of us Liverpool fans were expecting it because we hadn't really seen any links, and that's why in the transfer market you can't only trust one journalist, or or you can't only trust what mainstream journalists are saying. Sometimes wait for you just have to wait for the club, you just have to wait until it's official news has been confirmed, because sometimes we can be linked with players but then they don't end up coming because journalists are trying to make a story, mainstream journalists are trying to write a piece, etc., etc. That can be the case, especially if the journalists have been told to say what they're saying. But like I said, he is a versatile attacker, Spanish as well, young, so I think, like, on paper it seems like a good signing, but obviously we have to see him on the pitch. I have to watch him. Like, I think hopefully he can play against Saudi Arabia and then I can watch him, but I'm still gonna watch his highlights, I'm gonna try and watch a full match of him. Maybe even hear from Osasuna fans online, see whether they're happy or sad about him leaving, because I think that's a very good indication on whether a player is good. If fans are happy that he's leaving, he's probably not that good. If they're sad, he's probably a very good player. So I think that's something that I will do personally. But it's just a very surprising signing. Like I said, it happened out of nowhere, and obviously it looked like he was going to go to Newcastle. He was heavily linked with Newcastle, but we just hijacked the deal, kind of like what we did, let me not say kind of like what we did with Ekatike, because we had been negotiating with Ekatike before Newcastle came in, but obviously they were interested in him and we signed him off of them. We also signed, give me a striker from Sweden. We also signed a certain man that does not have his name revealed in Newcastle for certain reasons. But anyways, it's just very surprising, and that's why, like I said, you can't really, you can't, you obviously, your David Ornstein's, Paul Joyce, Fabrizio's, like, these are very reliable journalists, but even they sometimes don't know exactly what's going on. It's only really the club sporting director and the head coach that knows what's going on. That's what this transfer has really shown to me. The mainstream journalists, the journalists I said, they are brilliant when it comes to breaking the information, like Fabrizio has done. They're brilliant at giving you the details that is already revealed, that is already there, that the club has told them. Like I said, the club has told them. So obviously, like I said, I think it's a good signing under the circumstances. We need attackers. I think if we can sign him and Diomande, especially if we keep Chiesa, I think it's very good business. I think it's very good business. But I think if Chiesa leaves, I think we still need to sign two more wingers, and then we're sorted in that position. And then obviously we can look at midfield, potentially, if we're going to sell a midfielder, or we can even look at centre back, right back as well. So yeah, Victor Munoz to Liverpool. Here we go. Welcome to the biggest club in England, my friend Victor.